So, okay, good morning to everyone. So yesterday we have started to discussing about some of the connecting devices in our networking. That the connecting devices we have seen three types of connecting devices, that is repeater or hub or bridge and the router. So there are three types of connecting devices we have seen. Now the repeater or the hub is work on the physical layer. Bridge works on the physical and data link layer both, and the router works on all the three networks layer, that OSI layer, that is physical data link network, all the three layers. In all three layers router can works. So that's why in all three layers router works. That's why router is called the three-layer switch. And data bridge, the bridge connecting devices works on the two layers, physical layer and data link layer. So that's why the bridge is called two-layer switch. And the repeater or hub basically works on only one of the layer, that is physical layer. So that's why repeater or hub is called one layer switch. Then we have seen what the repeater working principle. The repeater is basically regenerates the signal. That means if whenever a signal is passing, that means the signal is from one location to another location. The signal is passing, so it has to cover a long distance. So during covering the long distance, there may be a problem arises that after some time the signal became weak. So repeater does what? Repeater, this weak signal, the repeater regenerates this weak signal to back in the original form again. That's why you see in this example I have shown that the signal is traveling, and after some time the signal gets what? The signal gets weak. You see the signal gets weak. So there may be the repeater present, and whenever the signal passes through the repeater, repeater regenerates the signal again to back in the original form, original bit pattern. So after passing through the repeater, this signal gets to the original form again. So this is the working of the repeater, that it regenerates or retimes the original bit pattern. So this is the working of the repeater. Now what is hub? What is, we know what is hub. Hub is basically, if you remember that we have, when we have discussed in the start topology, then we have used a term called hub. In start topology, the repeater is called the hub, means the repeater which is used, the repeater which is used in the start topology is called basically the hub. Okay, so this is basically the repeater. Hub is basically the repeater, but when it is used in the start topology, it is called hub. So that means how it looks like. So it looks like that there may be a hub present. There may be the hub present in the start topology. You have known that in the middle there is hub present, and with this all the systems are connected. Means this is the central point. This is the central point, and with this hub all the systems are connected. So that means if a node has to send some data to D node, that means first the data should be sent to the hub, and from hub the data should be sent to the D. So that means all the communication between the nodes are done through this hub. So that means now if the signals, hub will regenerate the signal and forward it. So hub is basically what? Hub is basically working as a repeater, working as the repeater in the start topology. So if the signals came to the hub, that means, like if we see an example that from B station, the signal is coming to the hub. From the B station, the signal is coming to the hub. So after covering this long distance, the signal became weak. So when it passes through the hub, the signal will back to the original form again, and we will what? We will forward it to the, we will forward, we will forward it to the destination. So we will forward it to the right destination. So that means the signal will, after covering some long distance, the signal comes to the hub, and hub does what? hub regenerates the signal again. So that means what? That means after regenerating the signal, it back to the original form, that means original bit pattern, and will passes to the destination. This is the working of repeater. So same working as repeater, hub. But hub is, we call this hub basically when it is used in the start topology. So hub will basically regenerate the signal and forward it. But one thing you should have in the mind, that the repeater or hub, which we have already seen, that repeater or hub forwards every bit. Means whatever the signal came here, repeater or hub basically directly forward it. They do not have the intelligence to filter data. That means whatever signal comes to the hub or the repeater, inside the repeater, it will only do what? It will only regenerates and back it to the original bit pattern. But it doesn't have the capability or doesn't have the intelligence to filter the data. That means what is the filtering capability? Filtering capability means that how that if the signal is coming, then where it should have to be sent, through which port it should have sent, or where it should be the frame sent. There is no such things occur. So that means what they have given, they have only pass it to the forward it to the other. So that means whatever comes to it, they have only regenerates it. After regenerating, forward it. But it cannot have the intelligence to decide about where it should be sent, or where the port should be, in which port it should be sent, through which port it should go outside. That is not the headache of repeater or hub. Only repeater or hub does what? It takes the every bit and forward it. Only that, only that. It doesn't do or anything. Okay. So clear what is the functions of the repeater and hub? It is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is basically the first type of the our connecting devices. Now, the second type of connecting devices we will see, that what connecting devices we will see? The bridge. Now, the bridge, this device operates in both physical and data link layer. We have seen the repeater or hub is only working in the physical layer, but bridge can works in both physical and data link layer. So that means whenever the bridge is used in the physical layer, because it is working on the two layers, so whenever the bridge is used in the physical layer, it regenerates the signal. That means in physical layer, the bridge works like the repeater. Basically, if the bridge is used in the physical layer, then it works like the repeater. But if the bridge is used in the data link layer device, if the bridge is used in the data link layer device, then bridge do what? It checks the MAC address of a frame. It check the MAC address of the frame. So checking the MAC address, it able to apply filtering. So that means what it will do? It will check if it is in the bridge works in the data link layer. Then it checks the MAC address of the frame. That means the physical address of the frame. MAC address is the physical address. So that means it will check what? It will check the physical address of the frame. So checking the physical address, it will able to apply filtering. That means checking the physical address, it will decide where should, because there should be in the frame, there should be a destination address present. So checking this destination address, then bridge should decide in which way it should go on. This is the filtering capability. But if you see in the case of repeater or hub, the filtering capability of it's not present for the repeater or hub. But bridge has this capability. But bridge, when bridge work on the physical layer, then it only works like how repeater or hub works like. That's way. In the if bridge works in the physical layer. But if the bridge works in the data link layer, then it does what? It checks the destination address of the frame and checking the destination address of the frame, it will decide through which way the frame should go out, or through which way the frame should go out. So this is the working of the bridge. Now there is the I have mentioned that the important point is that the bridge has the filtering capability. That bridge has this filtering capability. So a bridge can check the destination address of the frame. That means where this frame should go on. That's address, destination address. That this frame should be sent to where. In the frame, we have seen in the frame there, the destination address is also mentioned in the frame. Because then how it is known that in which address the frame should go on. So with the frame, there should be a destination address mentioned. So a bridge do what? Bridge can check that destination address, which is mentioned in the frame, and decide through which port the frame should be sent out. Means in the bridge, there may be number of port present. Their bridge number of port should be present. So checking this destination address, bridge will decide through which port the frame should go on by checking the destination address that is mentioned on the frame. So if we see it an example, it will be all very much clear to you that you see, I have used a bridge here. It is a bridge present here. And in this bridge, let's assume that this bridge has a 4 ports. One port is connected to the region of India. One port is connected to the region of India. Another port is connected to the USA. Another another port is connected to the UK region, and the 4 number of port is connected to the Australia region. So there are 3 users present. You see, there are what? There are our 3 users present. So now user 1 sends some frame to the bridge. So when user 1 sends some frame to the bridge, then the frame will come to the bridge first. Now bridge will apply the filtering capability or the filtering process. So whenever the frame will came to the bridge will do what? It will apply the filtering capacity. So filtering process, it will be applied to the frame. So what it will check? Bridge will check the destination address that is mentioned on the frame. So let's assume that checking the destination address mentioned in the frame, bridge decide that in the destination address which is mentioned in the frame, it belongs to the India region. So bridge will decide what? This should be sent to the 1 number of port, because 1 number of port belongs to the what? It is connected to the India region. So that means in the frame, the destination address mentioned matches with the address that are present in the region of India. So that means it will do what? It will decide that what number 1 port, through number 1 port it can go out, because if through number 1 port it goes out, then it will reach its destination. So bridge has this capability. Next, you can see that user 2 sends a frame. Basically, user 2 also sends a frame. So in this frame, the mentioned destination address belongs to the UK region, because in UK region those systems present that address are matching with the user to sending frame destination address. So bridge will decide that this frame should go out with the port 3, because if it will go to the port 3, go out with the port 3, the frame should go out, then it will reach its destination. So this is the filtering capability, that bridge has the power to check and decide through which port it should go on. This is the process of the bridge. Okay, so bridge decide that after seeing the frame, the frame comes to the bridge. So bridge then checks the destination address mentioned in the frame. So whenever it see the destination address mentioned in the frame, then it decide that this address, that is mentioned in the frame, should be sent to the 1 number of port. Because 1 number of port belongs to the India region. So that means in the frame, the destination address mentioned in the frame, it belongs to the India region. So bridge will decide that in the frame, the destination address mentioned in the frame, then it decide that The address that is present in this frame are matching with what? Matching with the destination address mentioned in this frame are matching with the region's UK region's address. Then it will do what? It will, the frame should out, the frame should go out through the number 3 port, because if it goes to the out to the number 3 port, then it will reach the destination address, that is UK region, and the in the frame it is mentioned the destination address that is matching with the UK region. So through number 3 port the frame should go out. So this is the capability of the bridge. Bridge do this. So filtering is basically what? Filtering is basically try to checking the destination address, and bridge decide through which port the frame must go outside. This is the extra criteria bridge has, but which is not present in the repeater hub. Repeater hub has only what criteria? That it, whatever it comes to it, means whatever frame, whatever the data, every bit data comes to it, it only, without seeing anything, it only forward it. But bridge has this capability to check the destination address, and after checking the destination address, it will send the frame to the desired and desired address. That means the frame should must go outside. Okay, so this is always, remember, this is the, if sometimes in the exam it is given to write the difference between the bridge and the repeater hub, then this is the vital point. So give this point and explain it. Okay, so it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next the bridge is completed. The other connecting devices which we have already in the lab classes we have seen, that is the router. Already in lab we have seen the router concept, what router does. So basically router is basically what? This device operates in physical data link and network layer. We have seen, that's why router is called 3-layer switch, because it works on each layer: physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. In all 3 layers, the router can work. So that's why it is called 3-layer switch. And it is an inter-networking devices or interconnecting devices. We say router is an inter-networking or interconnecting devices. So what is the working of the router? Now, if you see in this diagram, you see there is a bridge present. This is a bridge. And in this bridge, 2 systems, you see there are 4 systems present: system A, system B, system C, and system D. These 4 systems are present here. Now system A and system B are both connected to a bridge. That means in an organization, if we consider it in an organization, in this organization, the systems are what? The 2 systems are connected with a bridge. Same as that, this is also another organization, and in this organization, the 2 systems are connected, system C and system D are connected with the bridge. So that means basically we are saying this is the 2 LAN, because this is all what? This is the, because we are saying that basically this is the 2 LAN. This is a LAN connection. This is also a LAN connection. This is also a LAN connection. So this is the LAN connection of our office, and this is the LAN connection that is present in an office. So this is the 2 LAN connections. Now, these 2 LAN connections are connected with a bridge. We have seen that in the concept of the connecting devices, that 2 isolated LANs can be connected with the connecting devices. Now, here there is that this is the LAN connection, and this is also a LAN connection. Now, these 2 LANs are connected with the bridge, a connecting devices, that is bridge. So this is the main bridge. Through this bridge, all these systems are, 2 LANs are connected with each other. Okay, so through this bridge, these 2 LANs are connected. Now router does what? Router is basically between them, connecting devices. That is, all of this, if we consider that all of this network are connected with what? Are connected with the internet through router. So router basically connecting what? All this total network. This total network router is connecting with the internet. So this is what? This is the router. That the between this network and our internet, a router is present. So router does what? Router works like the connecting devices between our network and the internet. And basically, what is the working of the router? Router route the packets through the shortest distance. That means we have seen whenever in the Cisco packet tracer, whatever we have done the experiment, we have seen that whenever we are pinging in the router, we pressed a router, and then after that from a system to system, we are pinging. So that means what? If we want to connect to this system, if we want to send this send packet to this system, that means what? That means first the packet should be sent to the router, and router will do what? Router will say that what destination, see the destination address, it is reachable or not, then the message will be forwarded. So router basically do what? Router basically route the packets, means the packets or the frames whichever should be sent, it sends that. So it sends that where this route packets and through the shortest distance. So if it can be covered to the shortest distance, router basically see that. So this is the working of the router. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a concept of all the connecting devices present in our networking. Now we will see, sometimes it is given that difference between router and the repeater or a bridge. Router and the repeater or a bridge. So router has the physical and logical address. Logical means IP address. We have already know that IP addresses, but we will cover the total IP addresses will be covered when we will see in the network layer. The IP addresses will be clear, but now you only know that IP addresses is present. Means IP address is basically for what? Uniquely identify each systems in a network. So there is a MAC address. Each and every systems you use, there is a MAC address that is known as a physical address. It's okay. But there is also, if these systems are connected in a network, then to uniquely define that system, to uniquely know that systems, our address is mentioned. This address is called logical address or IP addresses. Now you only know that whenever we will discuss about the IP addresses, you will see that there are two types of IP addresses, IPv4 and IPv6. IP is basically Internet Protocol address. IP means Internet Protocol. So there is two types of versions present, IPv4 and IPv6. And how this can be in the IP address, there are 5 types of IP address: Class A IP address, Class B IP address, Class C IP address, Class D IP address, and Class E IP address. So there are many 5 IP addresses or 5 types of IP addresses are present. We will discuss that. But now you only know that the router has both physical and logical address present for each of its interfaces. We have seen whenever the Cisco packet tracer we have used in the router, we have seen when we are connecting the router with the switch, you see there is the interfaces present. So each interfaces, for each interfaces, router has physical and logical address. For each interface, that means if you remember that the interface is what? We have seen that FA0 by 0, FA0 by 1, whatever the interfaces we have seen whenever we are connecting with the routers. That is basically the interfaces. So each and every interfaces has an what? Logical and physical address present. And router acts only those packets in which physical destination address matches the address of the interface. That means router will only what? Router will not, in each every packet it will react. Router will react only those packets. Router will react over only those packets in which the physical destination address matches, means those packets physical address matches with the interface address, interface of the router, interface of the router address of the interface of the router. Then it reacts only on those packets at which the packet arrives. That means there may be every, not only one packets, there are many packets present. You see, there are many packets present. Whenever it will be sent, there will be many packets present. But router will act only those packets. It will not act only act to the every packets there. It will act on only those packets which, in which packet the physical addresses that is present of that packet, physical addresses of the packet matches with the address of the interface of the router, then it will react. So router will do this. This is the second difference of this. Okay. And router changes the physical address of the packet. Means router will do what? Router changes the physical address. Router will basically do what? Router will change the physical address of the packet. That the physical address that is mentioned on the packet. And whenever in the packet will goes on, there in this packet, there will be a source address mentioned, there will be the destination address mentioned. Both should be mentioned, because why source and destination address should be mentioned from the packet in the packet? Because this packet should be passed through the router. This packet should be passed to the router. Then router will know how, that in which system, through which system it is sent and through which system it goes on. Router doesn't know anything. So if the source and destination address is not mentioned in the packet, then router will not able to do that through which it should be sent, from which the packet is receiving, from which system the packet is receiving, and from which system the packet should be sent. Router doesn't able to know anything. So that's why router do what? There will be a physical address of the packet, both source and destination mentioned. And router do what? It changes that physical address when it forwards the packet. Router will change the physical address of the packet when it forwards that packet. Now, physical address of the packet means both source and destination physical address. Both source and destination physical address changes by the router when it forwards the packet. This is the difference. What? This is the difference between the router and the repeater or a bridge. Okay. So this is all about the connecting devices and its differences between it is all differences between router and the repeater or a bridge. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So others, anyone has any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So this is all about our connecting devices. Now today we will not cover the, we will only start some routing protocols, about the concept of routing protocols today. This is basically now all the things of the data link layer we have been covered. All the things that are in the data link layer we are covered. But now we'll move to the upper layer, because data link layer we have covered physical layer, then we have covered data link layer, and after covering the data link layer, now we move to what? The upper layer of the data link layer is what? networking layer. So now we'll go to the networking layer. So before going to the networking layer, we will see some of the concepts. So there is a concept present routing protocols that we have seen that router does what? Routes the packets. We have shown that. But now we will familiarize with what is the routing protocol is. In the routing protocol, there is called a unicast communication. There is called one thing that is unicast communication. Then what is this unicast communication? Unicast communication means whenever the communication between one sender and one receiver. That means whenever a single sender is sending the packets to the single receiver, means one sender and one receiver, the communication between one sender and one receiver, it is known as one-to-one communication. This is known as the unicast communication. So some of the basic terms in the routing protocols we have used: cost or matrix. Sorry, not matrix, cost or metric. The basic term that is known as cost or metric. Then what it is? It is assigned for passing the network. Then cost. Now, what is this? If you see, there are four our systems present: network 1, network 2, network 4, and network 3. There are four networks present. Now, for transferring the data, if you consider from transferring the data from network 1 to network 4, we have two ways: from network 1 to network 2, from network 2 to network 4. We can go like this, or we can go like network 1 to network 3 and network 3 to network 4. So via network 2 we can go to network 4, or via network 3 we can go to the network 4. Now here you see it is mentioned that the distance, not distance, it is the unit amount that it requires 2, and from going from network 2 to network 4 it requires 4 amount, whereas from network 1 to network 3 it requires 1 amount, and from network 3 to network 4 it leaves 2 amount. So if routing always happens, routing will do what? It will consider the cheapest path. It will consider what? It will consider the cheapest path. That means in which way we should, if we go through network 1 to network 4, what is the cheapest path? If we consider it, it will be 2 plus 4. That means 6. But if we consider this path, its cost will be 1 plus 2. That means 3. So if we choose this path, then routing can be done through the cheapest. So we always looks what? We always looks that the cost becomes low. So this is what the basic term cost or metric known as. It is assigned to passing the network, and we will see what routing always happens, that shortest or the cheapest path, that is minimum cost of the matrix. So whenever we will send, whenever the packet should be sent to the minimum distance path, because if we send it to the minimum distance path, then the cost will be the cheap. So we always want the transmissions should be the cheapest. So this is the basic term, one of basic term, that is cost or metric. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today the time is short, so I will not move forward. In the next class, we will see others basic terms here. So then up to this, it is clear to everyone. So now I will show you the password to scan the QR code. So everyone quickly scan this QR code because less time left. So quickly scan this QR code. And if anyone has any problem, then you can ask me that whatever today I have covered between this, if you have any question, then you can ask me.